Hello my friends, and welcome to the stream tonight. It is a Magic the Gathering night, so that is what we're going to do, is jump in here and play. The question is, are we going to do sealed or draft? But I think the answer is draft, because why do sealed when you can do draft? Now honestly, I would be tempted to do sealed, but it is just too expensive and too risky to try to win out gems in. It's so much easier to cash out in drafts, so that is what we will do. So without further ado, let's jump in. Well, interesting. The Ox of Agonis. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand and draw 3. Escapes for 2 and 8 with the +1 counter. So it's a 5/3 4/2. That's a hard sell for me. That is a hard sell. Let's look at our other options. We have Elspeth's I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Elspeth's... I really can't say it. Elspeth's Nightmare. There we go. Which seems pretty good. Oh yeah, let me open up cardboard. I always forget to launch this. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. The cards should be clickable now on Twitch. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we have an Elspeth's... I keep saying it because I'm having such trouble. Nightmare. Entrancing Liar. I'm actually fine with the Lampad, but not first pick. Final Flare is okay. So really it's just between the Ox and the Nightmare. I feel like Elspeth's... I'm going to get a drink of water here, so if that helps. Elspeth's Nightmare might be the pick here. Elspeth's Nightmare or Ox of Agonis. Yeah, I think this card looks pretty solid. It destroys a creature, gets something out of their hand, and exiles their graveyard. I mean, that's everything we want in Limited, so yeah, I think it's what we have to take here. Like, the Ox is okay, but I don't think this card is amazing by any stretch, so... Let's go ahead and take Elspeth's Nightmare. I also like black in this format quite a bit, so... Alright, so we have some Eutropia here, which is super tempting. Very, very powerful card, but it is off color. We also have Mire's Grasp. Yeah, really, it's those two other options. Like, Mire's Grasp fits much better with the Nightmare. Eutropia forces us into, like, splashing, probably. I mean, it does work with enchantments. I wouldn't be surprised if Eutropia is actually the correct choice here. But I think I'm going to take the Mire's Grasp and live with regret for the rest of my life. So, we're taking the removal here. Okay, nothing super exciting in this pack. I like the Pharika's Spawn here. It keeps us in our single color for now. It's a pseudo-removal spell, and just a good body. An escape card. The Rune-Scarred Berserker I think is fine, but probably not what we want over that. So yeah, I think it's a pretty easy pick here. Nothing else in this pack really sticks out. I do like the Alseed, but we'll take the Pharika's Spawn here. I like that. Okay, so we have Binding of the Titans, which works well if we go into green-black. Triumphant Surge if we wanted another removal spell. Looks like green is pretty open based on this pack. There's a Traveler's Amulet. Definitely not taking the Fruit of Theros. So really I think it's between the Binding and the Forerunner, and I think the Binding is probably going to be one of the better cards of the style deck that we're running. So let's go ahead and grab a Binding here. Alright. Nothing super exciting in red. Simon is interesting, but I don't think we need to splash at this point at all. I mean, I do like the Birth of Meletus, but that's whatever. Yeah, I think we'll take a Rage Scarred Berserker here. Like I said, I like to have at least one of these. Fits our curve nicely, so go ahead and grab one. Okay. So we have some options here. So we have some decent blue removal in Ichthyomorphosis. We've got a Funeral Rites. There's an Elysian Caryatid, but that's less exciting. There's also a Mogi's Favor. I don't think there's really any reason to go into blue at this point. So, probably take the Mogi's Favor. I think the style deck that we're playing, it might be good to have that. Although, I guess the Funeral Rites fits the deck as well. I've seen Mogi's Favor do some good work. Yeah, let's grab a Mogi's Favor here. Okay, so yeah, if we're in green-black, then the Loathsome Chimera here looks pretty solid. A couple of these Dreamstalkers going around, weirdly enough. I guess we'll take the Chimera here, not much choice. So here we have a Forerunner, a Piper. I think Forerunner is a very solid card. There's an Omen, which would have been nice. Final Flare, there's some decent red, but we'll take the Forerunner. Okay, so now we have another Mogi's, an Omen, or Relentless Pursuit, or an Amulet. So reveal the top 4, get a creature or land. Yeah, this card seems pretty solid. Draw 2, look at top 4, draw 2, and put 2 cards in the grave. It's kind of like Funeral Rites, except honestly kind of better, because we don't lose life, and we get choice. I mean, it's maybe worse if we don't have a lot of creatures, but I mean we have quite a few creatures, so don't think we're really splashing. Maybe it would be good to pick this up in case we need to splash. I mean, it does ramp us a little bit, which could be relevant if we're playing, like, you know, these 5 and 6 drops. Yeah. The more I think about it, let's go ahead and grab the Omen. That leaves us, considering we're pack 1, Relentless Pursuit should be pretty easy to pick up later, so let's grab an Omen here, just in case. Temple Thief or Skola. I think Skola seems great in this style deck. We'll take one of those. Altar I could take in case we want to splash. We need Devotion, or just grab a Grim Physician. Not big on the Grim Physician, so we'll grab an Altar. We may not end up playing it, but we'll take it to have it. Skirmisher I doubt we'll play, but we'll grab it. We definitely won't play an Inspire Awe. And Sweet Oblivion's cool. Alright. Okay, interesting. So now we have a Calyx, which has to be the choice. That works really well with all of our enchantments, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enchantments so far. So yeah, Calyx looks great. So it looks like we are going to be splashing white, which means that the Altar and the Omen were very good choices now. So that feels good to be able to predict that. Yeah, so let's obviously grab the Planeswalker here and be happy.
Child of the stars.
Okay, here's a Drag to the Underworld. I think we have to take that. Pretty easy choice here. Ooh, there's a Final Death, too. Wow, that's a hard choice. The Exile is relevant, but the Drag to the Underworld being cheaper probably makes me prioritize it. That's a hard one. But yeah, I think we'll take the Drag to the Underworld here. Okay, so we have some options here. Not a big fan of the enemy. Could take a Moss Viper, Soul Reaper, or Return to Nature. Probably grab the Return to Nature. It's basically just an extra removal spell. Does a lot of good stuff, so I'm very happy to have some Return to Natures. Ooh, a Cling to Dust as well. Yeah, this card's very solid. Ooh, but there's a Warbriar Blessing. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think we can pass a Warbriar Blessing. This card, I think, is one of the best draft cards you can possibly have. We also have quite a bit of relevant toughness on the few creatures we have, so... I do like Cling to Dust, but we're grabbing the Warbriar Blessing here. Okay. Another Eutropia, wow. So I think it's between the Caryatid and the Relentless Pursuit. I like Relentless Pursuit, but we need some creatures, and this fixes our mana and ramps us into these larger threats. So yeah, let's grab the Caryatid here. Ooh, Nessian Wanderer. Yes, that is exactly what our deck wants. That is excellent to see. Absolutely slamming this Wanderer. That's awesome. Now, I will say this is actually kind of a hard choice. Hey, Alvaro! Welcome in. How's it going? Did you vote for your champion? Yes, I actually did. You talking about the arena thing where, like, you put your votes on, like, a pro player? I did do that, actually. Surprisingly, I did. I put it on, Paulo Vitor Damadarosa. Why? I don't know. I just picked him out of the list because I've heard his name before, so I figured, why not? So I do think Nexus Wardens is an absolutely exceptionally good card. Also works with our enchantment stuff, but Hydra's Growth is one of those cards that if your opponent doesn't immediately answer it, you just win the game. So, gotta take the Hydra's Growth. Okay, interesting choices here. There's a Moss Viper or a Scavenging Harpy. I think the flying is super relevant in this format, so I think we have to grab the Harpy here. Yeah, I'd like to have a Moss Viper, but we definitely need the Harpy, I think, over it. Another Chimera seems perfectly fine over an Omen. Sure, a Spider seems excellent. Soul Ripper Mogi seems fine. We got the Cling to Dust on the table. Yes, I'm loving this. Alright. Oh, and we get a Timuret Calls the Dead. Alright, we are getting paid off for being in our colors here, by golly. How's your day been going, Alvaro? Welcome on the YouTube side again. Yeah, we definitely got to take the Timuret. Mills 3. We get to exile something, make a creature. Yeah, that seems great. Do we have any other zombies out of curiosity? I doubt it. It's not many. Yeah, we'll grab the Timuret Calls the Dead. Here's another Myers Grasp or a Mire Triton. I think the Grasp has to be the choice. Google fixed the gaming section? What do you mean, Alvaro? Yeah, we'll take the Myers Grasp here. Timuret. Ooh. Was broken. Doesn't surprise me. YouTube is not the best streaming platform by any means. I just add it onto my restream sometimes for stuff like this. So. Thunder and Chariot. We don't have a lot of 4-drops. I think I'd rather just have something like a Timuret. We do have quite a bit of synergy with the Horn Beetle as well, because we have 2 of the Loathsome Chimera, but I guess that's really it, yeah. We'll take the Timuret. He seems great here. Did not appear. Oh, really? That's crazy, Alvaro. I could definitely see that being a problem. Really, there's nothing here that I want. I'll just take... I don't think there's any chance of me playing a Skirmisher. I guess I could take it for the sideboard, but... We'll just grab a card here. Not much here either. You know, 2-drops, 3-drops, fine. Maybe we could grab a Gift of Strength to help with flying a little bit, maybe. Could grab a big enchantment creature, but that seems mediocre. I don't mind the Hyrax Scout. Yeah, we'll just grab the Scout, I guess. Just take a decent 3-drop creature. Ooh, a Cataplepus? Oh, but an Acolyte. Yeah, I gotta take the Acolyte here. That is exactly what our deck wants. Yeah, we gotta take the Acolyte. No thought. Could grab an Amulet here. Or another Forerunner. I mean, I don't think we're super aggressive enough to play 2 Forerunners, so there's Plummet as well. But let's just grab the Amulet to make the splash even easier. So, Aspect, Soul Lantern, Huntmaster, Marauder. Interesting choices. I don't think we're aggro enough to make the Huntmaster ideal. Probably the Aspect here. You know, just stick that on like a Chimera and just gain a bunch of life, get rid of cards in their hand. I think we have enough graveyard hate, like the Timoret, and some other stuff. There was something else we had, right, that... I thought there was something else we had that got rid of the opponent's graveyard. Oh yeah, this is the Elspeth's. Yeah, we actually don't have a lot. Oh yeah, we have the Clean to Dust. Yeah, I think with all 3 of those, we don't really need the Soul God Lantern, so let's just grab the Aspect here. Might be able to get somebody. So now we have the choice between the Moss Viper and a Relentless Pursuit. I think we have quite a bit of self-mill as it is. Don't want to overdo it, so let's just grab a Viper here as a good early drop. And sure, we'll grab another Grave Dancer. Probably not playing any of these. Yeah, we'll take the Temple Thief. Probably won't play it, but we'll grab it. Alright. And so now we have our deck complete. Now we have to cut 10 cards, though. That's going to be the hard part. Alright, so let's get to cutting. I don't think we need the altar in this deck. See, honestly, there's a lot of good stuff. We are a little light on creatures at 14. We gotta cut 6 cards? Ugh. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So how much fixing do we actually have? We have 1, 2, 3. Hey, Zeno! Welcome in. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We have a decent deck here. We got another Planeswalker, although not nearly as big as the other. You do if you're using that white Planeswalker? Yeah, I'm splashing for Calyx. He digs for a ton of enchantments that we have. Hey, Sword! Welcome in, buddy. What's happening tonight? Good to see you. It is a Magic night. But now we're in a really hard situation with cuts here. Like, I have no idea what to cut. Like, everything is good. And I guess we can drop the Aspect. I think we can drop one of these 5 drops. Probably just drop the Forerunner, because Trample's not super relevant. Or really, we could just drop the Berserker and curve out early. Because, I mean, we don't... Like, we can just sideboard him in if we need a big body for whatever reason. He's not an enchantment or anything. So how many total enchantments do we have? We have 12? That's awesome, okay. Now we have to cut 3 more cards. What's our creature count? 12? Okay. I think I'm going to cut the Mogi's Favor and sideboard that in if we see a bunch of X1s. Yeah, I'm going to fix my lands. Right now I'm just trying to cut the last 2 cards. It's a hard choice. Probably one of the 2 drops here. I think the Warbriars is good enough. We have a lot of removal. And that's an enchantment creature. Wow, this is a hard one. It's possible I could get by without playing the Amulet since we have 2 other ways to fix, but that seems greedy. It's possible that we don't have enough creatures to make Soul Reaper good, but I think this card is great. Dang, I don't know. I think Timoret's good. Elspeth's is good. I have no idea what we cut here, friends. I have no idea what we cut here. Need to cut 2 cards. We can't play 16 lands, no way. Could we play 16? No, we can't play 16 lands because we have like 5 drops with the escapes and all that. We want to be casting more than 1 spell in a turn. Wow, I don't know what to cut here. You're using me to relearn magic. Awesome, Xeno. Definitely no problem there. I'm glad to help. I'm glad to answer any questions you have or anything, man. Yeah, I disagree with that. I think Calyx is well worth the splash. He draws cards, he exiles stuff, can just win the game. We're definitely splashing Calyx. Like, he's definitely better than something here. Just a decision I have to make. Might cut the Grove Dancer. You're thinking about 7.3. Dang, I don't know here. What are the last 2 cards? Is it maybe the Moss Viper? Is it maybe the Moss Viper? I really like the Viper with the Blessing, though. Is it possible we're playing too much removal? Is it possible it's the Hydra's Growth? I don't think it's the Hydra's Growth. Yeah, I don't think it's the Hydra's Growth. I mean, we stick that on a Harpy and we can just win the game with it alone. Maybe the answer is 1 Chimera. I mean, this card seems good, but we can probably cut one of those. This is draft, so we just drafted all of this, and our deck has a lot of self-mill, so our deck is a bit of a graveyard deck. Oh, dang. Part of me thinks that maybe I cut the Caryatid, because we're not really ramping to anything, and we already have 2 other fixers. Maybe we can go without the Caryatid. Cuts our creature count, though, a little lower than I like at 10. I'm not sure about the Caryatid here. Oh, gosh, this is hard. What is the last card we cut here, friends? No, it should be on. It should be working. Is it not working for you? It should be on. Let me double check if it's working for me. Alright. Why is the extension not working? Why is the extension not working? Yeah, let me refresh as well. Disregard the lag if it hits for a couple seconds. By the way, friends, on the Twitch side, we do have a song request on, so if you want to stick any tunes in, feel free. What have you been into recently, Sword? Alright, it's probably going to lag a bit here. Why is the extension not working? I may need to restart Arena. Sometimes Arena causes weird issues with not working correctly. So I'll restart Arena once we decide on this. It is definitely working. I'm logged in. It says it's installed, activated, status okay, log files found. I don't know. It says everything's good. Very weird. Let me test something here again. See, it's definitely working, because look, now that worked. Oh, wow, did that really just... Hold on. Alright, let's try this again. think this thing is actually working tonight. Let's try this. Card. Black Lotus. Boom, baby. My bot's working. The bot is actually working, so why is the interface not? That's bizarre. Let me check the Twitch side of my extensions. The overlay is active. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Everything looks like it's set up. Like I said, I'll restart Arena after this, so let's make our decisions here on the last few cards to cut, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. It's really cool that the card deck list and everything is working properly. I'm really happy with that. I'm really leaning towards the Soul Reaper, I think, being the one I cut, just because we're so light on creatures. But it's so good. Yeah, definitely not custom to me. A lot of the big Magic streamers use them. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the Carriot's Head. I think I'm going to stick with my decision there. It does cut our creature count a little lower than I like. But I think I'm just going to go with that. Alright, so we only need 1 Plains. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double black is included. So let's put an extra swamp, I think. It's probably 9, 7, 1. Switch off these nasty forests. Because that counts for Timuret, the Dragon of the Underworld. I think that's fine. I think that is fine. What number do you target? I mean, ideally I like 13. So we're a little low, but we have non-creatures that count as creatures. Like Timuret's basically a creature. So we're kind of at 11 on that. So it is what it is. Some of the creatures have recursion, so it's kind of like I have extra creatures in the deck. Guess we'll put Calyx on the deck front. And grab a cool background. Or not. Alright, so I think this is the deck. So let me go ahead and save this, and let me restart Arena and see if the overlay will work for you guys. Yeah, generally speaking, in a draft deck, you want 13 plus in most formats. This format may be an exception to that, but in general. Alright, once Arena's back up here, let me know if the overlay is working for you guys. Takes forever to load. Forever. There we go. Alright, now let's see if the overlay is working. It may also update once we go into game. Let me also go ahead and relaunch the cardboard.live as well. Yeah, I'm gonna relaunch the app here as well. And then if it's still not working, I don't know what's going to happen. But we will just go on one way or the other. Alright, well, the overlay is now reopened. The game has been relaunched. It should be working. If it's not, I don't know why. Because everything on my end is set up correctly, so. Let's go ahead and roll into a game here and see what happens. It might work once we're in game. That may have been the problem. And then Arena just like straight up crashes. Blackheart Rises. It's a little laggy for me right now. Good hand though. Quite good hand. Definitely laggy though. Stream is not going. Not sure why it's lagging. Not sure why it's lagging. This guy will probably get killed immediately. Hey, Emerald! Welcome in. How's it going tonight? Exile a creature or enchantment. It's a little risky, but I'm going to go ahead and go for it. I do have ELD codes. You need an ELD code. You no card to choose. Oh, okay, that's that. Okay, fine. Okay, well, we did hit a creature or an enchantment. Let's see, put the top 3, then you may exile a creature or enchantment. We'll go ahead and exile the Moss Viper. We'll get a 2/2 zombie, and then we'll be able to go to attacks here. I think it should be a safe attack. Be the 1/3 flyer, maybe. Alright, there we go. Wish Arena wasn't lagging like it is. Oh, I got rid of my token. That's definitely lost value for him in the long run. So, oh, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. I guess we'll exile the Hydra's Growth. We need to deal with this fast. Faster than what we're going to be able to deal with. The overlay loaded. Boom, baby. There it goes. Finally. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but I'm glad it finally works. I wonder why that was doing that. That's also a problem, but not as big of one. Alright, let's go ahead and play the Omen here. You know, which one of these do we want to trigger first? This finds a land, this finds a land, so I guess we want to go in this order, yeah. We want to use this guy first. Find a land, and search for a basic land, get a... Okay. We do not want any more of those. He knows I have this in hand, so I might as well just play it. Guess we can go ahead and use this and search out a swamp. Guess I could have waited on that, but whatever. Go and play the Grove Dancer to let us look for another land. We are drawing so many cards here. But the problem still is that he has big creatures and this super relevant thing, and we're not drawing any of our infinite removals, so we're in a little bit of trouble here. So I think the question now is, do we scry, or do we use the Grove Dancer to mill one? Some options here. I could double block here. I kind of like to get this in the grave so I can just exile it with Timoret, but I'm still a land off from that. Should have played a swamp last turn instead of that forest. It does open him up to having a trick. I think I'm fine with taking the trade here. Even if I lose the Grove Dancer and the token, it's not much of a loss. It's still basically a 1-for-1 trade, so no complaints here. That is huge. We can deal with it though, because it's an enchantment. That's powerful though. Right, so we have to let him get one spider in order to kill this thing. Unfortunate, but we gotta nip it in the bud. Yeah, that's a little annoying, but it is what it is. We missed. Okay. We have to sit back. So we are at 18 to 26. We're up like 8 cards in this guy, so this is pretty crazy. See, this is why... Why is it lagging so bad? This is why I really needed to have that black mana open so I could exile the Typhon. But it is what it is. Shoal Kraken. Okay, it's going to draw him a bunch of cards. Alright, let's use this Ominous Scry here. It's just song requests, Emerald. If you want to put a song in the queue on Twitch there, you're more than welcome to. Oh, my restream chat crashed. I see what happened now. It's also a good thing we got rid of both those lands. Destroy a creature with power 2 or less. Hot dang, we got there, boys. We got the answer we needed. No attacks, though. Why did my restream chat crash? That was probably why my PC was lagging earlier, too. Yeah, your song request should work. You have to do song, exclamation point SR, and then the YouTube link. Look at their hand, choose a non-creature, non-land, they discard it. It's probably more worried about the training. This is an enchantment creature, too. We've drawn so many cards off this freaking Wanderer. We get to exile his graveyard next turn, too. But he's going to play the big thing, I'm sure. Shockingly quick download. Yeah, it's a pretty small client. Hasselhoff it is. No complaints, whatever you want to go with, bud. Really? You drew another one? That's kind of annoying, actually. So I can't trade. I guess we're just eating 4 here. It's only a creature, yeah. Okay. We got rid of his Typhon, which is relevant. Right, so he knows we have this, so we might as well play it. Now we'll play the Spawn. Now I think we will sit back. First for meaning. Yeah, he's definitely drawing some cards, keeping up with us. Clothis' design is a little stressful, but I mean the most he gives right now is 2. Doesn't give trample, although everything has trample. Oh, he got another Typhon in his grave? That's unfortunate. Oh, that's a big one. That is a big creature. Hmm. Okay, 5, 6. Also adds quite a bit to his devotion count as well. This is somewhat of a problem, honestly. That little spider is now coming back to catch us. Big in Germany. I'm tempted. I think I am going to sack this off to draw a card here. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now we can kill... We can kill the Forerunner, which is huge. We also get to dig for that land that we probably can't even find now. Now we can escape this guy. Need to exile some cards. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could still do that. But I did this that way I would have a 5/6 in play that I could play this turn to get rid of a spider. It's one less creature that's going to get +3/+3 now. And we can still do all of this. Exactly. It basically allowed me to get a 5/6 in play. And that way if he has... It just makes it harder. Like, he can't actually kill all 3 of them now with the boar. So it did quite a bit for us, actually. It drew me a card that turn, which let me get the Myers Grass to kill his 5/3. So it took away his trample. It actually did a lot for us there. We got rid of what could have been a game-winning turn for him, so... Yeah, I think it was definitely the right decision. That's a little annoying. And what by a little, I mean extremely annoying. I assume he's fighting the spawn. Okay, so he's targeting this guy. Alright, let's let him draw first. And discard. Make his decision first. It's the number 1 rule of Magic. Number 1 rule of Magic. Do everything you can at the last second. That's not terrible. That is not bad at all. Not bad at all. We are going to take some damage here, though. We are going to take some damage here, though. Wow, he didn't attack. Okay. How many cards do I have left in that? 10? Getting a little bit in the danger zone here. I think we're still fine, though. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. We know we can find a land with this. This gets back any permanent, right? Any permanent. Yeah, we'll do it in this order. That's fine. Okay, so now this is... Oh, no, I do not want to tap my white mana. Whew, I'm glad I paid attention there. Alright, 3, 4. So now we're going to play the Acolyte. That will mill some cards. We'll get back any card we want. Any permanent. Just double checking. So yeah, it's definitely going to be Calyx. Now we can play the Forest. We can play Calyx. Okay, so now exile target creature enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. Okay. So now I can -3 him to target his boar and my enchantment. So now as long as my enchantment is in play, his boar is gone. Gets rid of his enchantment. Gets rid of his toughness boost too. Okay, so now we need to get aggressive here because we have to win in a couple turns. So we gotta start attacking here. That's fine. That's fine. That was one thing I was worried about, is that it's going to be very easy to mill ourselves out because we have so much self-mill. But we're okay right now. Okay, right now. Okay, so so there's his 7/7. That's a problem, actually. That is a problem, actually. Attacking Calyx. So we can't kill it, and it has trample. So there's literally no reason to block it. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so now we get to exile some stuff from his graveyard. Won't lie, we're in a bit of trouble here. Wish I paid attention. We actually should know our bottom three. So 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we know we have 1 land and 2 non-lands left in the deck. How do we get out of this situation? We've already milled our removal spell, or hard removal. I think we're in trouble here, actually. Yeah, I did. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I did. He doesn't have a flyer to deal damage to. Okay, so I think attacking with the spawn here is step 1. So he immediately takes it. Okay. Now, I can go ahead and play this Arachneer. Need to exile some cards. We'll hit a Swamp, Grove Dancer, and I don't know, Heartbeat. I'd have to do 4, and an Omen. Then we can go ahead and play the Chimera as well. What does this get back? A creature or land. Okay, so we don't want to be getting rid of creatures that could be relevant. Now, Calyx is actually not coming back. We actually only have that 1 creature. We actually probably should have not gotten rid of the bird. Okay, I think that is where we end. Maybe the Soul Reaper is okay here, actually. Because if we get back the Soul Reaper, we can sacrifice the spawn and replay the spawn. This is a close game. Yeah, but that's relying on the opponent making a bad decision, so I'm not feeling super, that is annoying. Okay, that's annoying. That's actually probably game winning for him. Because that was our one way to break through. Not to mention he gets his boar back next turn. Yeah, we're in actually pretty big trouble now. We are in pretty big trouble right now. He's not an idiot, that's for sure. Now he gets his boar back. He can just attack me with the boar and then I have to draw cards. This is bad. Alright, so we gotta play the Clean to Dust. And we have to get a non-land card. No, sorry, non-creature card. If it was a creature, you gain... Okay, so we just need to hit non-creature. So we'll just hit his... this, I guess. That'll let us draw a card. Timuret. That does nothing for us. We can't sack the spawn because it's not a creature. We can't bust through his defenses. So, yeah, I think we lose here. That's really unfortunate. I guess we draw it to see what it is. I think it's a land, right? It's a land, yeah. Well, alright, we lost. Let's refresh ourselves on their deck. So they have a couple bombs. Champion, the spider. They have some big creatures, quite a bit of removal. Alright. We just have to beat big creature.deck. We just have to sideboard to beat big creature.deck. So I think the aspect of Lamprey comes in. Yeah, for sure. It may not work on this screen for whatever reason. What do we cut here? It's really the only card I think we can bring in to help get cards out of his hand. Maybe the Grove Dancer? Yeah, we'll get rid of the Grove Dancer, I guess. Deck doesn't seem like it's very fast, so the life gain's probably not super relevant. Oh man, this is a match. Not sure what he's gonna sideboard in on his side exactly. Maybe some Graveyard Hate. Probably Graveyard Hate. I'll bring in some those artifacts that exile the grave and such. We could be in trouble based on the sideboard. Definitely could be in trouble. I guess we lost to that Emerald Boar on his side, right? Because it was a green boar. Coincidence that Emerald Boar comes in right when we lose to a big green boar? Coincidence? I think not. I think we still want to play first, yeah. Ugh. Darn it. Screw it, let's do it. I really don't want to mulligan. If he can't answer the growth, he doesn't have a lot of removal we saw. If he can't answer the growth, we can just win. Hopefully we get, you know, another couple of removal spells and such like we just did, and I think we're fine. Feeding Black Heart rises my hand. Okay, I understand. I would do the same thing in your shoes. I mean, he needs all the help he can get. Okay, this is going to be pretty strong, getting to take something out of his hand next turn. Illyrios Enraptured. Okay. Alright, so let's look at his hand. Well, not much here. Ramping doesn't seem to matter. We'll get rid of the training. So now the question is, do we play the Acolyte here? We could get back the Elspeth's Nightmare with the Acolyte. Yeah, I don't think we're going to play the Acolyte here. We're going to wait a turn. This is a weird card. We'll ahead and grab our planes for the heck of it. Thank you, deck. Alright, so we'll get rid of a couple cards in his grave. Then, let's go ahead and play the planes. We'll play the Acolyte. Hopefully not hit Calyx. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Return of Nature's whatever. We'll take back the Elspeth's Nightmare. And now we will sit back. So now we can just block the 3-2. And then we can Elspeth's Nightmare off the 2-3. Or he has a 6-7, you know. You know how it goes. Good draw on his part. Maybe we should have kept the creature to put the growth on. Maybe we shouldn't be playing the growth anyway. I don't know. Do wish I could play this clean to dust right now. It's possible we just lose due to flood. I mean, we're pretty... We see 9 lands already in this few cards. Now, that Return to Nature would have been very good to have right now to deal with the 6-7, you know. Very unfortunate. Him topping a card here is also unfortunate. So it gives a trample, draws a card, that's fine. Still, when we have removal, we can draw. Yeah, we get to see his land that he inevitably has in hand, I'm sure. Oh, look at that. Big surprise. Okay. I mean, we're definitely playing the spider, obviously, because it has trample, though. This is a big problem. We can't really eat 7. This would be a 2 and then a 4. Be 1 would be a 2-3. The 2 would be a 3-5. It's nowhere near enough. I don't have enough cards in my grave to even play this. Ugh. This is bad. I think we're going to lose this game. 5 others? Yeah, I'm nowhere close to that. So if I play the growth, it does absolutely nothing. Unless I draw another removal spell. It's too slow if I don't, though. So I got to just play it and just hope for the best. I mean, maybe something happens and it gets 5 counters on it somehow. I don't know. Eating 7. That's frustrating. I don't think that's going to get me there either. Yeah, we just got... Maybe keeping the 5 land was a mistake. I mean, I felt like it was fine. Let's see, there is a chance that we draw the double black kill spell, but that takes 3 mana to cast on our current board. See, I think we're just dead regardless here. Sometimes your opponent plays a 7-7 and you can't beat it. Feels bad, but it is what it is. Alright, so we want to... It doesn't even matter how we go about this. I guess we do this. Yeah, I have to sack him off though anyway. Yeah, there's no way we can sequence this correctly. I mean, I guess this way I'll take 2 damage. If we, I don't think we can do it, but this is what we're gonna do. Oh, it takes a black to even use his ability, though. So yeah, there's definitely no hope. That didn't get there. Alright. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. I do think we had a better deck than our opponent, but I do think that our opponent's, some of the individual cards that he had did counter kind of like what we wanted to do. Because we're kind of a slow, grindy deck, and he kind of created a pressure that we couldn't get to that late game that we want so bad, so... It is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. Not a big deal. Let's keep on moving. Just taking a look. Let's see if there's anything we want to change. I think we're still feeling okay on the main board here. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Alright, let's roll. Roll another game here. By the way, the question of the day for you guys that are hanging out today is, what was your first card game? What was your first card game you ever played? Was it Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or something else altogether? This hand looks fine. Your first card game was Magic, Xeno? Awesome. Other than poker, fish? What is fish? I think we're just going to play the Timurid here. Oh, Go Fish? Yeah. I guess that's fair. I wasn't really thinking about those, but that's true. I guess that is true. A little suspect of this attack, but we're going to go for it. Okay. Yeah, we'll sit back, hold our infinite removal spells, and be happy. Throwing hockey cards. Crazy Eights. That is not an enchantment, but that is fine. So we'll go ahead and use the amulet. We'll grab the planes. Play the planes. Play the nightmare. Which will kill his creature. And then we're looking pretty. So this draws a card if it's not a creature. So we need to exile a non-creature from his graveyard, ideally. Throwing hockey cards? What is throwing hockey cards? I don't think I'm familiar with that. Is that like the name of a game? Or is that... Or are you like... I'm not sure exactly what you're saying there. You learned Go Fish later? Yeah, I remember playing little card games like that when I was young. Go Fish, Uno. You know, Uno was a big one, of course. That's a good card, but we have an answer. We do have an answer. We also get to look at his hand, which is super relevant here. Wish you could take a creature. I guess we'll take the gift. He's kind of land happy anyway, so... Let's go ahead and kill his enchantment. We can also exile the cards from his grave, too. So here's a harpy and a spider. Slapjack? Yeah, that's an old one, too. Alright, we'll go ahead and get rid of his wardens and that. Oh yeah, I made him discard the Gift of Strength. Right. I forgot about that. So now we can also go ahead... Alrighty, the opponent instantly surrendered. I'll take it. I'll take it. So he's in green, black, blue. Looks like probably some type of self-mill, and looks like he has some, looks like he has some type of, blue splash. Not a lot of information to go off of, though. I don't think the Aspects is as strong in a matchup like this. I don't think I want to bring that in. I didn't see any X1s in his deck, although he could have the 4-1. We are on the draw now, probably. Kind of tempted to cut a land. I think the Hydra's Growth's much worse on the draw. Let's cut that. Oh, we're bringing the Caryatid for the draw, I think. That seems fine. Play it like that. Throw cards and knock down other hockey cards. Oh, okay. That sounds kind of interesting, I guess. I've definitely never played it myself. What was my first card game? My first card game was technically probably either Pokemon or Digimon, but that I really played was Yu-Gi-Oh! I collected a few Pokemon cards. And this is not counting stuff like Uno and stuff like that. Pretty good hand. We'll kick this. We're going to curve right into this Calyx, which is pretty nice. Okay. Amen. I'll take it. 3 lands and my own bindings. Nice. Ooh, that's solid. See, I have an interesting decision here. Because if I use this to get the planes, then I'm not going to be able to cast this. I guess that's fine. We'll play the Wanderer here. He gets rid of 1 worthless enchantment and a land. No problems here. But everybody knew was playing Pokemon. Pokemon's actually not a bad card game. I've played the online Pokemon card game some. Ooh, there's a Eutropia, so that's what he's splashing for. Okay. Oh, we got the planes! Oh, that's perfect. Now we don't even have to do anything. So that is not an enchantment, interestingly enough. So we actually don't have removal for that, awkwardly. This will let us look for a land with the Neshian. There's our removal spell we needed. Okay, so we do have to be careful about this Eutropia. It can do some really good stuff. So she can make it fly and do 3 damage. So I think we need to minus Calyx here. Might counter it. Is he gonna have a counter spell? That'd be really sad. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is the right call. That's fine. Also gets to put the counter in response, right? Okay, that's fine. That is fine. That's fine. So he might have the Gift of Strength here. If he does, I'm fine with losing the Wanderer here. Moogie's favor. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's start by plussing him.
Show me my path.
Play the land. We'll go ahead and deal with Renata. And then I guess we sit back at this point. Yeah. Definitely a little land heavy again. There's part of me that really wants to play 16 lands on this deck. Oh no, I did make a mistake. I should have put the Warbriar's Blessing on. Because now he can play the Mogi's Favor and get rid of the Soul Reaper. No! Darn it. I messed this up by not playing that. Because I want to save Calyx. Darn it, that was a mistake for sure. I will force him to do it at least. Yeah, I mean, maybe it wasn't a mistake. I think it was, though. I think that was definitely a mistake. Yeah, and that's why Mogi's Favor is a good card. Alright, well, we're obviously going to draw a card off himself. That's not bad. Alright, let's go ahead and plus. That's a pretty good draw. Okay, cool. So let's start with the Elspeth's Nightmare here. And we'll kill the Eutropia. Then we'll go ahead and just play a Forest. Play the Moss Viper. Then we can play the Warbriar's Blessing on the Moss Viper, which will then have it fight the Nexus Wardens. Alright, we're looking good now. That was a lot of really good value for us. This is fine. I'm fine trading here and then letting him Mogi me again, sure. Because he can't Mogi and use the Spider. Because he only has 6 engrave. Spider takes 4, that takes 2. Yep, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We're using up his resources. That's a little annoying. Alright, so let's play a land. Let's dig. Yeah, we got a Timuret, sure. That's not bad at all.
I am blessed by this.
So I guess we should go ahead and do this now. That takes 4, so yeah, we'll do the Spider and that. So we get rid of the Spider and the Typhon. Guess we'll go ahead and do this, might as well. Clear out a land from our deck. Maybe that was a mistake. I could have played the Farika spawn, couldn't I? Hopefully he doesn't have literally the one pump spell in this deck. If he does, he does. Okay, that's fine.
Think of the damage you are causing.
Is he playing the Mogis? Really? I mean, I guess if it's going to get exiled, you might as well play it anyway. That makes sense, I guess, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and use Calyx. Maybe. Nice. That was a good one. That was a good one to find.
Gifts of the gods.
Yep. See, our deck is doing exactly what it wants to do now. It's just like straight up just outvaluing, like, you know, getting a Calyx into play just wins the game probably because we have enough enchantments to usually always find. So we're feeling pretty strong. Plus he powered up our Timuret now. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. May have to bring in the Mogi's Favor myself. Just like that, that's match. See, some games are not like the last game where you're hating your life for a majority of the time. Alright. So now we have 1 win in the books. We need to get to 3 wins to cash out. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll probably do... Probably do 1 more match, depending on how long it lasts. Maybe 2 if it goes fast. Really quick, do we want to change anything? I am kind of changing my mind on Hydra's growth. Like, I just don't think we're playing enough creatures. But the one time that we do get it on a creature and it just goes off, probably worth playing it. So, kind of would like to have the Mogis in my own deck, but no, I think we'll leave it like it is. I think we're happy with the deck. I think it's doing exactly what we want. So, we'll roll it as is. For better or worse, we shall roll it as is. You started Magic in 3rd edition? I just saw that you said that, Xeno. That's awesome, man. Yeah, this hand looks fine. Creature, creature, creature. Super lucky stars. Everybody's in black, apparently. I'm afraid that black is going to end up being the best color to draft, and that makes a bad format whenever there's one color that just dominates. Yeah, good card. I will attack. He had something he could play there. Maybe an Omen or something. Black Omen. This possibly has the Black Omen in hand. That's kind of annoying, but not a big deal. Do we even care about this thing? Let's do some combat and see what he does. Let's play the Chimera here. We can play like the Warbriar's Blessing potentially next turn or something like that to value off a big threat. Sure. Sure. So he's in blue-black, self-mill. At least what it looks like so far. No attacks. Okay. That is looking great for us then. Alright, let's go with the Warbriar Blessing. Yeah, looks like he does have the Black Omen in hand for sure. Oh, look, what else could he possibly have there? Play your Black Omen, I know you have it. There it is. Alright, well, we are feeling pretty good right now. We're getting off to a super aggressive start. Venomous Hierophant. No problem with me. Show us a little more of the deck, and we have the immediate answer. And we get to live the dream. Alright, we finally get to live the dream, friends. So we'll go for the Myers Grasp here. Then we'll go for the Hydra's Growth here. And that's game. That is pretty much game. Unless something crazy happens. Looks like he's in pretty decent blue-black stuff. I mean, it's not 100% game. He could have, you know, double bounce spells or something that could be relevant, but yeah, that's a little annoying. Takes 4. Okay. Oh, well, we'll go ahead and attack for 4. I guess we'll play the planes just in case. Or did I have to discard it or something? Okay. Okay, so he actually has some pretty good answers right now. Props for that. So do we, though. Is there a reason to waste this is the question. 5 cards. He does 3. So I can actually play him without getting rid of the spider. So, yeah, let's just do that. And then let's play him. Getting rid of everything but the spider. The only thing that'd be bad here is if he gave it like lifelink and made me discard the Myers Grasp. That would make me feel... Oh! Ashiok! Oh my! That is a card and a half. Wow, okay. Okay. I exile a card from my hand. But yeah, it has to be this because I need to play the removal spell. Wow. I mean, if he were to have a bounce spell right now, this game is suddenly not looking great. Okay, we got there. Woo! Okay, so we know he has an Ashiok, so we have to be super aware of that. That card wins games instantaneously, usually. The only reason it didn't win that game is because we had the immediate answer. So we definitely are bringing in the aspect. That makes me nervous. It makes me super nervous. I think we'll drop the growth. Alright, I think we're going to roll it like that. Hopefully I get to Calyx before he gets to Ashiok. It's possible I should have brought in Mogies for this matchup. Not sure on that. Alright, but we know the opponent has Ashiok, so we have to be very, very cautious with that. This hand is a little iffy. We have some great cards, but I'm going to risk it. We're up a game. It's pretty solid. We just need a forest. If we get a forest, we're perfectly fine. He mulligans, so that's something for us. There we go. We're fine. Okay. We are absolutely fine. Go, Snick. Isn't it a cute Snick? I'm honestly a little hesitant to attack here. I don't think he's playing the Flash Bird. Is it worth risking attacking into the Flash Bird? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just to get the information. Okay. We're A-okay. Omen, okay. Such a powerful card. 2 mana instant, scry 2, draw a card. I mean, to be fair, I guess it's kind of anticipate, but it's a better anticipate. I guess we just play the Timurid here. Do we play the Soul Reaper? Um... We'll go and go for the Tim Red here. I'm also fine with this one getting countered. If it were to randomly get countered, it's not a huge deal. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Yep, that's a Hierophant. I think we sit back at this point. I think we want to Omen into the plane so we can play the Calyx. Yeah, we'll sit back here. He's considering not trading here. Interesting, okay. Probably the right call for him. Main boarding, or main phasing the Omen. So that means that he is trying to get a land for this turn. And a Funeral Rites. Okay, well, we can go ahead and do this now. We will take the action. We will get planes. Yes, he milled the Ashiok, baby. He milled the Ashiok. That is what I'm talking about. The question is do we plus Calyx? Yeah, I think we plus Calyx here. Perfect. Perfect. He milled his Ashiok. We are drawing perfectly. We're feeling pretty dang good right now. That only gets a creature. Okay. Brine Giant? Okay. I mean, that's a big dude, but I mean, I have a Death Touch. I think I might just play this. It's a little lost value, but probably worth it. Let's go ahead and plus. Sure.
The stars will light our way.
Yeah, I think we're going to play this. We do lose the removal value, but we get to exile his Ashiok next turn, and we get to look at a card in his hand, most likely. So I think just those last two are relevant enough right now. I think I'll go ahead and just play the Soul Reaper here. Be a little mana efficient. And then obviously we will not attack. Another Omen. What does he even get back? A Hierophant, I guess? Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Definitely got enough Omens. What if he has the Blue God, maybe? Could have Thassa or whatever her name is and just blink these forever. Do some crazy stuff. Calyx is doing some good work. He's a good fair planeswalker. Final death on a 1/1. Nice. Do I care about keeping Calyx alive here? Like, he's not dying, he's just going to be at 1. I think that's fine.
Help me.
Alright. We'll take the Myers Grasp, obviously. I guess we should start with Calyx. That's perfect! Yes! Everything is perfect this game. This is crazy. Yes, we'll go ahead and enchant this guy, get rid of both his cards in hand. It's just over for this guy now. We have drawn absurdly good. I'll be a little cocky and say good game. Just a little cocky. He does get to scry 4 if he wants to, which is relevant, so. Yeah, I'm fine with blocking here. And now we'll exile his graveyard. So Ashiok is officially gone.
The stars will light our way.
I guess we'll go ahead and attack first. Guess we gain some life. We'll honestly just sit back, maybe do some scrying, get a land out of our deck. Do we play land this turn? I guess it matters. I'll go ahead and do this now. We didn't, okay. Okay, so now we'll just sit back. You know, it's possible I should have played the Myers Grasp to make that a 2-3. Then he couldn't have attacked. Yeah, I think it was actually a mistake. So now I'm just like losing the Timrit for no reason. Not my best move. Not to mention it would have been extra toughness. You know what, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, that was probably a bit of a mistake there, actually. So I kind of just threw away my Timber in. It's kind of dumb, actually. Red Charger, it's fine. Yeah, there's no chance I just throw him away here. That's fine. Okay, let's start off with that.
And receive the gifts of the gods.
Nothing good on his side, unfortunately. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and get back our Myers Grasp here. Go ahead and kill the horse. And then we'll go ahead and hit for 2. 2 lifelink. Next turn we can actually play the Farika Spawn to get rid of his Bronze Giant. We're looking pretty good here. Another horse? Or he's playing for the grave, okay. That's A-okay with me. A-okay with me. Exile 2 cards and gain some life. We'll submit zero. Yeah, let's play this first and see what happens. Exile 3 lands. Play the Gorgon. He's going to sack the Charger. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead and use this again.
Show me my path.
And now we'll go ahead and just play the Harpy to get rid of his horse. And we'll hit for 2 for the heck of it. Perfectly fine. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Just gonna grind them out ever so slowly. Alright. Second game I had that one mistake that kind of set us back a couple turns, but outside of that, we were pretty much in the driver's seat the entire game. But that does bring us up to right about 2 hours, so I think that is where we're gonna call it today. We had 1 pretty harsh loss and then 2 pretty satisfying wins, so it was a pretty good draft here. Last draft we had Ashiok and we won it out. I actually, on the last one, I played it off stream and actually won it out, went undefeated, so it was pretty awesome. I appreciate that, Zeno. I'm glad you enjoy your time here. We used to have a bit of a Magic base for the stream, but then I kind of just horribly neglected it and it died off, unfortunately. So, but we might get back to that one day, so I appreciate you being part of that, part of the new Magic crew. But again, as always, my friends, thank you, Cole. Didn't even realize you were hanging around here. Have you tried out Magic at all yet, Cole? I know you said that you were downloading it. Have you actually played any of the tutorial or anything? Just a little? Awesome. I'm glad you gave it a taste. Definitely, if you want to, one day if you want to, like, do some practice games together and stuff, and I can talk about it and go through everything with you. That was one of the things we used to do on the stream here all the time, was viewer games. So maybe we can do something like that again one day. Get everybody in, maybe do like a new player Magic stream or something. That'd be cool. Since a lot of our community is newer to the game or returning. Like Zeno could participate, you could participate. That should be pretty cool. That's a good idea, actually, for one of the future days. Keep in mind, again, the stream schedule will be changing in less than 2 weeks. So keep in mind there's going to be a big shake-up there. Outside of that, no other big announcements. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. As always, music is courtesy of 8-Bit Universe on YouTube. So make sure you give them a subscription on this YouTube side of things. And outside of that, you have a great night, friends. As always, stay wholesome. Catch you guys tomorrow for Jackbox.